Okay then, it's a glorious early evening in the middle of England, and I've waited a few days to unwrap my latest delivery from Corgi Toys Reproductions. I've just used the boot lid of this Black Beauty original that I'm in the process of restoring to slit open the first stage of the unboxing. So here is the package. As I say, I've had it a few days. I can't remember what I've ordered, but it's nonetheless exciting to actually see what's in the box. Beautifully wrapped as always to avoid scuffing of the boxes. We've got certificates, which I'll come back to in a moment, and the two models that I've ordered. So first of all, we have the 236 motor school car. Let's get the box open. Austin A60, also known as an Austin Cambridge. Yes, I do remember them existing for real on the roads, but didn't learn to drive in one. Beautifully protected inside from the model, showing any abrasions from bouncing about inside the box on the long journey from China. A couple of leaflets that I'll come to in a moment. The model itself, wrapped in tissue paper. Let's see what the standard of finish is like, see if it's as good as the Tornado that I bought recently. It certainly does look like it. Beautiful quality of paintwork, beautifully recreated steering wheel on the roof, and completely crystal clear windows on the model, as well as fully detailed instructor and student driver, who I think is a lady. The instructor looks like a man, certainly wearing a red tie, and has something in the top pocket as well, and looks quite relaxed. One hand near the gear lever, but the other one on his belt buckle, I think. Nice transfers, if they are transfers, or are they stickers? They are transfers, I think, on front and rear. Beautifully accurate rear lamp clusters and chrome on the bumpers and registration plate area, but also a perfectly operating mechanism for helping people to understand which way the front of the car goes as you reverse. And if you only look out the front window, of course, it appears to go in the opposite direction. It was a big hit when it was released, and on the certificate there's a write-up on the back to tell you exactly how long it was in production for. Introduced in June '64, so just a month after I was introduced to the world. Also available in a slightly different shade of blue for left-hand drive, so that Corgi Toys could market overseas, and that was number 255. Apparently brought to you by Blue DTC Brands, which I've not heard of until I open this box, so I shall look into them later. But nice little certificate, 4,899 in this case. Also comes with a little leaflet for the Junior Highway Code, which is what made it so popular, helping you to learn to drive with the Corgi School of Motoring. A really good piece of marketing, I think, with this model. In just 4 simple diagrams, and at the bottom some road signs, superseded following the War Boys commission, I think it was in '63, by standardized signs around the whole of Europe in '68. But that's what the signs used to be: circles for compulsory things, triangles for warnings, and instructions on how to actually operate the steering, just in case you're very young and find it difficult to understand the other pictures. I think the original model came with a set of traffic cones. Here we've got the polystyrene protection that was inside the box that can be used to make a parking bay into which you can reverse your car or drive in forwards, just to get the hang of which way to operate the steering. Be interesting if anybody ever does some research into whether people who use toys like this do fare better on real driving tests. As I say, marketed overseas as well. This picture actually shows a left-hand drive car, lady doing the driving, instructor who's male. Interestingly, the casting for the plastic on the roof still says motor school, and so does this rather modern typeface looking emblem, but written in, let me see if I can understand all of them. Apprenez à conduire avec l'auto-école Corgi A60, which is French, and then Lernen Autofahren mit der Corgi Fahrschule A60, that's German, and then Dutch, Leer Autorijden Bier die Corgi Rijschool, and then Italian, I think, and then it looks like Danish or Swedish, certainly a Scandinavian language at the end. So no Spanish in there, unless the fourth one down is Spanish, not Italian. No, I think it's Italian. So there we go for model number 1. And because it was my birthday and all good boys deserve a treat, I thought I'd also get myself a Chevrolet taxi cab number 480. So this model I remember as a child looking like the car was riding a little bit too high. Certainly on the box, it looks like a true American classic car, sitting low, being wide, being quite long, accentuating the fin lines at the back and the chrome work along the side, and the driver sitting a long way away from the other side of the car. So let's see if the model actually represents the picture a little bit better than the original model, or whether it's true to the original, perhaps using original dies, and still sits a little bit high. So let's put that there. Less wrapping for this particular model. Certainly a beautiful finish with the chrome effect plastic and the paintwork, and the join between the red and the yellow, absolutely perfect, and the masking at the back. Sounds like I'm being called in for tea. Does it ride high? A little bit. I think it probably looks better if the suspension was a slightly lower, a couple of millimeters lower. But the printing on the side, absolutely perfect for the taxi fares, and the sticker or transfer on the roof, probably applied by machine these days. So I'm delighted with both of those. And once again, a certificate of authenticity, but no instructions on how to be a taxi driver. Telling you all about the model when it was in production, and well over 500,000 apparently were produced. So there we go. I'm very happy.